What is up, YouTube? New promo, new rerolls, which of course is going to be bringing you some new odds and statistics video. If you're curious, I will be streaming later tonight about 6:15, 6:30, I think West Coast time PM. So if you want to tune in, kind of see me invest live, play some weekly, you can hop into the Twitch stream there. But before we get into the rerolls, you need training to roll. So what is the cheapest training right now on the market? It's going to be the 91 overall or the 91 overall Campus Hero Reggie Bush, but 91 overall Backyard Ballers, and then as well the 95 overall Ultimate Legends possibly tomorrow. Although we don't have the best Ultimate Legends, I don't think packs will be spammed that much unless the LTD it's being revealed in about an hour is going to be some heat. 95 Ultimate Legends typically on Saturday are the cheapest training, but I do think maybe the 91 Backyard Ballers kind of stay the cheapest training just because they're quite common to pull in these rerolls, and they're just, good training. It's going to be about 3.7 per, but you can see I'm switching over to the 95 overall Ultimate Legends. Right now they're going for like 102, 105. Hopefully they get down to that 90k range we've seen the last 2 weekends on Saturday, so possibly keep your eye out for that tomorrow. But today it's going to be the 91 overall Backyard Ballers or the 91 overall Reggie Bush or Rodney Harrison. So for the 87 overall plus roll, it's going to be about 30k in terms of coin value per roll. Of course, 3.7 is the coin to training ratio, 5.5k training is the cost. We're going to be going through both the 87 and the 93 reroll odds in this video. So in the background, you're going to be seeing some 87 overall rerolls I did very early on in the morning. 87 overall is going to be about 52%, and these odds are always and stats are always brought to you guys by Grant. I'll leave his Twitter always in the description. He's a godsend when it comes to just odds early on Friday morning. 89 overalls, 19%, so a pretty significant drop off from the 87s to an 89, going from what 50-ish percent to 19%. I will say the what do you call it? The sample size for the 87 pluses is not as big as the 93 pluses, but the 87s actually seem to be a little bit more, I don't know, realistic is what I'm trying to say. You'll see what I mean later on. But 91 overall, 14%. Of course, these quick sell for 7,000 trainings. We're finally in the range where if you were just to quick sell everything, you'd be technically making profit. So 91 overall is break even or better. 93 overall, 10%. 13k training is the quick sell price for a 93 Andrew Thomas. Sean Taylor, pulled a bunch of Sean Taylors this morning. I will say the 93 overalls when I pulled, probably the most commonly high rated. I think I pulled more 93s than 91s, but 94 overall, and this is only going to be Joe Mixon at 3.4%. A really big drop off from 93 to 94, going from 10% to 3.4. is what I think significant as I pull a 94 overall. You will see the animation is like a little bit different color shade of the spray paint on it. You'll know it when you see it, but you have to see it for the first time to understand it. 95 overall, 1.7%. Of course, this is Tyreek Hill, 26k training points, and you cannot pull the 97 overall champions like the Gridiron Guardians 2 reroll. You cannot do that. The only thing you can pull higher than 95 is the 98 overall if there's an LTD in packs. And well, in the actual stats, no one had pulled an LTD, so it's going to be less than 1%. Of course, 250k. Quick sell, Ricky Williams, not going for the most on the block, about 280k. When I pulled my 87 pluses this morning, I pulled, I believe it was a couple, I think it was 294s, like 593s over I want to say 200k training-ish. But hopping into the 93 now, it is going to be about 75k or 74k per roll. 3.7, of course, the ratio times 20k, the 93 overall training reroll price. And in the background, I'll show you, I think it's like 4 or 5. I didn't pull that many of these, but the sample size for these 93 plus rolls, I will say, is a lot better. There's kind of the brighter animation. You can really see the difference in these 93 plus rolls between the 94 plus animation and the 93 overall and below animation. I kind of skipped through it. I think it was 93 overall. I don't even know. It was something like, I think it's 51%. It's like 46 or 51% if I can remember right, but you guys will have seen it on the screen. 94 overall is going to be 23%, and you still technically, if you pull a 94 overall, since it's 19k training, 20k training price, you're technically still losing coins, I guess, or losing training value. 95 overall, 28%, 26,000 training coins. This is what I kind of meant when there was a weird kind of number. The 95 overall is going to be better odds than 94 overall, and there was, I think that in the sample size, it was like 95 rolls. It was a over 2 million training worth of rolls, so it wasn't like it was a small sample size. It was a really big sample size, and well, the 95 overall seemed to be very common in the 93 plus pull, and the 98 overall is going to be 2.1%, so definitely better than the 87 plus. I will say the 93 overall roll is probably better for, I think it's just better value overall, but if you're going to want to do the sets that we talk about in these videos, you're going to have to pull the 87 plus, but the 93 plus for value I think is probably better, although it's of course more expensive, so you're going to pull it less amount of times. But we can see rolls are rolls. Of course, I always love the odd number rerolls rather than even number rerolls, and we'll get into why that is. But hopping in now to kind of the value and kind of understanding the value of each overall and what to do with each overall, after you pull them in the packs. 87 overalls going for a very, very cheap 6.5k. That is the cheapest I've ever seen 87 overalls go for. 89 overalls going for about 13k, so not much difference from yesterday. Of course, having that supercharged EA play pack kind of diminished the value of 89s, but 89 overalls going for 13k. 91s going for 26k. Again, it's kind of the same price. You could also buy, well, we talked about Reggie Bush being the cheapest training. Technically, the 91 overalls you can quick sell if you want your training back, but they're going for 26k. You're gonna need them for what we are gonna be using them in a certain amount, a certain set. Is what I'm trying to say. 93 overalls going for like 52k, and I'm not gonna show the lazy sell prices. They're pretty much like the prices you just saw on the screen after tax. Like, you could lazy sell those 93s at like 57, you can lazy sell the 91s at like 30, so you're getting back like 26k after tax. I'll show you the value, kind of what these sets are. So you have kind of three options with your cards. Option A is going to be team builders. Of course, we're not going to be using the 95 overalls for options A and B, only C. So if you happen to pull a 95 overall, you're kind of forced into option C. But for option A, of course, it's just going to be team builders. You're putting in 65k worth of value after tax. Of course, 287s, 289s, 191. If you kind of add all the numbers together, around 65k. And of course, team builder 3s go for like 85, 80ish k. So you're getting some extra value from those cards after tax. Of course, option B is going to be kind of our new favorite sets to make coins. It's going to be team of the year. You're putting in about 170k in value after tax. What I mean by that is, like, so for an 87 overall, I value at like 6.5 or 7k, because you can lazy sell it for like 7.8, 8k. Of course, 89s you can lazy sell for 15k, kind of valued at 13, 14ish k. I add all those numbers up, so if you were to sell all those pieces of this set, you get like 170k back. But of course, you can put them all on, get a team leader player that goes around 200, 210k, so you get a little extra 15, 20k value from those players. And then the last one is option Z, and I think if you pull a 95 overall, you should do this set just because it's the easiest, and the cards probably sell the fastest. It's Jimmy Graham or the Micah Parsons set. You're putting in about 280k in value after tax into the set. Of course, Jimmy Graham, Micah Parsons go for about 250, 260k. You also do get 19.2k training back from the set. I do believe that is right. Let me know in the comments if that is a mistake, which in terms of value, since we know 3.7 the training ratio, gonna be about 71k in value. So trying to think of it, if you go 250k minus tax, 225, you're spending like 75k for, not like, well, you're spending 75k in terms of like value, but you also get like, I don't know, the numbers are a little bit confusing for that Jimmy Graham set, but pretty much like you get a little bit discounted training, not too much. I would more prefer doing the team of the year or the team builder sets. If you pull Tyreek Hill, you can do the Jimmy Graham set. I happen to pretty much, whenever I get on in the morning and open my rerolls for the first time, I pretty much just do rerolls till I get enough to get the master or the champion set I want. Of course, I wanted to get Jimmy Graham on my team. I opened rolls, so I did the Jimmy Graham set and then just kept the Jimmy Graham for my team. But that is all for the video today. Again, I will be streaming a little bit later today, 6:15, 6:30 p.m. West Coast time. Still waiting for the LTD. We got the Ultimate Legends, Bryant McKinney and Ed Too Tall Jones. Not the greatest set legends. Hopefully the LTD, since they're kind of saving it for a standalone reveal later in the day, is going to be pretty dope. But we're going to have to wait and see. Who knows? Could be heat, could be another L. We'll have to wait and see. But comment if you have any questions. Like you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. And until next time, peace.